Welcome to the EVERBLACK Podcast. On this episode, we talk to Nikki Misery from New Year's Day, who have just announced their debut headline Australian tour for 2020. That news dropped today, which is just incredible. I saw them at Download Festival in Parramatta, and they just crushed it. They were just phenomenal. Everything you hear about this band live is true, especially Ash Costello is one hell of a front woman. She just had everybody in that place just in the palm of her hand, and people just in walking past, just that maybe weren't aware of the band. She just dragged them in, even from the top of the hill, and just a couple of songs in, the place was just packed and just pumping. They recently released their latest album, Unbreakable, and that's out now through Sony Music Australia, and that album is heavy. Just the guitar tone. A couple of albums ago, the style was slightly different, and they've just gotten heavier, and they've also added these sort of pop elements into it as well to make it really catchy. So it's a new vibe, it's a new chapter in the band, and they're just killing it everywhere they go. So if you get a chance to see them on this tour next year, make sure you do. Tickets go on sale this Thursday, June 27. My Live Nation members can get amongst to be the first to get their tickets during the 24-hour pre-sale. So sign up. It's going to be kick-ass. Make sure you get your tickets. The tour kicks off on March 19 in Adelaide, and that's at Lions Art Factory. 170 Russell in Melbourne on Friday, March 20. The Factory Theatre in Sydney on Saturday, March 21st, and then wraps up in our neck of the woods at the Brightside in Brisbane on Sunday, March 22nd. Some of those are all ages as well, which is going to be cool. So that's Sydney and Adelaide, I believe. So that's a good opportunity to take your younger siblings, your cousins, or even your kids. Also, get Unbreakable. It's out now. It's a killer album. All right, before we go into my interview with Nikki Misery, I just have to let you know that this episode is brought to you by Blacklight Art and Design, who are our go-to for all our screen printing needs. They've done all our shirts and hats for EVERBLACK Media. They've got such a quick turnaround, and I highly recommend checking them out. www.blacklightad.com.au. The show is also brought to you by our good friends at RW Promotion, who are the best in the biz when it comes to stickers, flyers, banners, badges, and all other promo you need for your band or business. Go check them out at www.rwpromotion.com.au. Also want to give a shout out to our friends at Lumberpunks Axe Throwing Club, who now have two venues in Queensland, one in Miami on the Gold Coast and the other at West End in Brisbane. Lumberpunks Axe Throwing is the perfect destination, suitable for solo adventurers, date nights, bucks nights, or just hanging out with your mates. All sessions are 1.5 hours in length and comprise of a safety induction, instruction on tactical tomahawks and hatchets, and then competitive play. Now, you receive 10% off your session when quoting EVERBLACK in your booking notes. Terms and conditions apply. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and our EVERBLACK podcast through iTunes or Spreaker or wherever you can stream good podcast streams, or on the internet. We're out there on the internet. In saying that, also on the socials. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, hit us up, share our stuff. We really appreciate it. And interact with us, swing us a message, and let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods. It's all gravy. All right, so here is my interview with Nikki Misery from New Year's Day. Get your tickets when they go on sale. Enjoy. Nikki, how are you, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good, brother.
Living dreams out here, man. How you doing?
Yeah, good, man. Good in this grim and frostbitten, cold Gold Coast morning.
Oh, you guys cold? We're in Austin, Texas, and it's humid and warm, and I feel that heat right now. Let me just get some Yahweh. Will give us a little bit of coolness, and we'll call it even.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be nice. Well, dude, thanks for joining us on the show, man. It's great to talk to you.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me.
Well, by the time this airs, news will have dropped that New Year's Day's first headline Australian tour in March 2020 is going to drop. And
yeah!
I saw you guys at Download in Sydney, and you guys were one of the best bands of the day. It was just incredible. How was that for you?
Oh man, dude, it was so awesome. Just being able to go like to this brand new country I've never been to, and you can even see kids with like, you know, profiles like us. I remember walking through the streets of I can't remember if it was Melbourne or Sydney. So sad, but they had like we were walking around and they had this half-head girl that even saw Ash like in the streets, like freaked out. I'm like, oh my god, like it's such a trip that like when your music has reached so far, you know, even to like Australia, and like they love you guys and they want you around. It's honestly, it's the coolest, most mind-blowing thing. I don't think I'll ever get used to that, but it was so rad. It's so cool, man.
That was your first trip down under, right? Like for you?
Yeah, first time ever. First time ever. We get to go to Australia and we get to play Download. Like, how cool is that?
And I mean, I guess people get an image of, like, in their mind what Australia is, thanks to like shows like The Simpsons and what they see on TV. How was it? Was it like you imagined?
Not really, because like, you know, granted, I did watch that Simpsons episode a couple times, you know, to prep me. But no, like once I get there, it's all like it could be the jet lag and the lack of sleep on a plane, but it's more like open eyes of wonder, and you don't know what to expect, and everything you see is the coolest thing.
How was the rest of the tour with your mates, like Hailstorm? Did you get the chance to hang with those dudes and lady outside the
Absolutely,
the show?
Absolutely. Every time we see them, it's always like a high school reunion, and it's like, you know, it's like you haven't seen like your best friends in a couple of weeks. You're like, come here. And since they're some of like the raddest, nicest people I think I've ever met too. Like, they come up to us and say hi. You know, because sometimes like we don't want to bother. We don't want to be that band that kind of just like tries to like latch on to everybody and be like, oh, remember us? But no, they're absolute sweethearts, and it was cool. We got to hang out and watch them, and hang out and talk to them, and then we went to go watch them the first day of Download over there, and it was the coolest thing because we watched it as like the sun was setting, and just the swarm of bats were flying all around. I remember just like Ash and I, like we didn't know what to look at, like the band of the bats.
I guess we take that for granted because that happens a lot here.
Yeah.
There's heaps of fruit bats. That's
pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I've never really seen that happen before.
Glad you got to experience, you know, a little bit of Australia. But, you know, the funny thing is we usually have to wait years for bands to come back. Like, they'll tour, and then it'll be like 5 years before they come back. What's bringing you guys back so early, which is awesome for us?
It was that great of a time. We're like, why the hell not?
We're so keen to see you guys again because that was such a great tour, that Download Festival tour, and I guess...
Cool, yeah, especially like our first time there. I remember we flew to the next spot, and they had people like in the airport like waiting for us, you know, and like, you know, wanting to take pictures. And like it was such like a Beatles moment, you know, like I felt like Mick Jagger, you know, from the Stones or something, like, you know, like people coming to the airport, and just to see that, like it's like, God, we got to come back here again. Like we got to come back.
There's a lot of love for you guys down here, that's for sure. A lot of love, and it was a long time coming, so it's awesome. And you recently released your latest album, Unbreakable, which it's a kick-ass record, man. It's definitely got its moments of pop influence, but overall, it's a heavy as fuck album, especially when you consider the band's sound like 2 or 3 albums ago. It's like a different monster, and it seems like it might have changed after you joined. Do you feel like you've had part of that evolution of that sound?
Oh, definitely, absolutely. Yeah. Since I joined the band, like I joined the band in late 2011 when the band came back with this like horror theatrical kind of vibe to them, and like I just saw the potential in this project, and you know I remember I started like turning the gears, and I started like pushing the boundaries a little bit more. So once like I joined the band, I started bringing the makeup along. And it's funny too, because like everyone would think like Ash is the one who made us wear this makeup. No, that was all me. And then when we found like the right group of people for that time, like it was just perfect. But coming on to Unbreakable now, like it's a whole new light. It's a whole new, you know, New Year's Day, and you can hear like our influences, especially from who we've been touring with. Because we are, like, as artists, you know, like, you're a sponge. I mean, even not artists, just as humans, you know, we're like this sponge of everything that we're in contact with. You know, and then for us, it's just constant music and you know, entertainment and stuff like that we see. So especially, like with pop music, you know, all this pop stuff coming around and, like, this trap music. Because you hear influences like trap and very pop, especially in, like, Shut Up.
Yes.
Like we're just trying to take everything we can and make it our own, and I don't know, just the next step for New Year's Day.
Especially that guitar tone, man. that guitar tone is meaty as fuck. It's like an audio steak.
Right?
That's probably the best way I can describe it. Chunky.
I love it. That needs to be like a new hashtag. It needs to go viral. Nikki as fuck.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I love it. And
I love it.
You know, is there like what's the secret? What's your secret to your rig there to get that tone?
You know, like what I say with tones, like, you know, there's always so much that you can just mix and master, or not mix and master, just mess with and like find something new. But one thing that I've always just wanted to hear transcribed, like through sound, through tone, through any guitar, through any strings, whatever the secret is, my main thing is just attitude. As long as you have that attitude there, you're going to find that tone easily, because it's going to start coming out of you, like screaming at you. You know, attitude is what rock and roll is about, you know. And the difference between bands like, you know, Guns N' Roses and Poison, if we look at it like that, it's just pure attitude.
Definitely comes true. And, of course, I mean, does that mean that the future of New Year's Day is going to see you guys push those heavy influences a little bit more?
I would love to. I'm always looking for something new to do. And it's crazy because, you know, growing up in Southern California, you know, I was very much into like the punk rock scene that was exploding there, you know, once I started to like discover music. And I remember for the longest time, all I listened to was just punk rock. If the band wasn't wearing studded leather jackets, I didn't want to listen to it. You know, if it wasn't like fast punk beats, you know, and songs against the government or anti-authority, like I wasn't listening to it. Then after a while, you start realizing there's more music out there, and then there's more things to discover. There's more influences. There's more emotion. And since then, I've constantly been wanting to go to the next level. And I don't think that's stopped here yet either.
You guys, as a band, have been through a hell of a lot together over the last few years, including lineup changes and stuff like that. Do you feel that now you are stronger than ever as a team? It seems like it.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because you never know who's going to stay, who's going to go, who's fit for this life, who's not. Everybody you meet, they're always like, oh, this is my dream, this is what I want to do. I'm like, well, yeah, you know, but the real life part isn't like the dream, you know. It's dirty, it's grimy, it's hard work. But I mean, like, if this is what you want to do, it's not work at all. But just going through these constant changes, like Ash, Frankie, and I, who's like pretty much the center core, and Austin quickly joining those ranks, like we have never felt more unbreakable, which kind of just defines that title and the headspace that we're in at the moment. With everything we've been through in this band, especially coming from like Malevolence came from such a dark personal time in our lives to where we are now. If Malevolence, like this band could have broken at any time, Unbreakable, it's like, dude, we've made it. You know, like it's not like so much success as being like the biggest rock star. It's the fact that we've come this far with how many obstacles we've tackled over, and how many people told us no, or you'll never do anything. And here we are, especially me, talking to you in Australia with you guys so excited to come back. I mean, to me, if that's not success as it is, like, either way, I'm happy with my life right now.
See, it is success, man, and that's it. You know, you've got to push through all the bullshit. You're doing it, man. You're doing it. So, of course, what's next for you guys? I mean, I know you got a tour coming up with Godsmack, I believe, but after that, you know, what's next?
Well, it's a pretty much busy rest of the year for us. We're currently on a headliner right now with our friends, with our good friends, some of our best friends and rivals, and then our boys in Savage After Midnight. And pretty much that's going to be taking us to the Godsmack tour, which we'll hop on that, and then we come back and do a couple more headliners on the way home. And then what just got announced, not maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, is we're doing the new End This Moment tour with our friends in Motionless in White. That's going to be there, who we toured with before. You got Little Miss Nasty, which is like this burlesque, amazing girls, you know, show. And then the Hells Are Poppin', which I believe is like this circus act, and that's coming up like I think September, October, and then we do Hailstorm and In This Moment in UK and Europe in November. That's I'm just thinking about the rest of the year. I'm like, wow, I'm stoked. And they got some other stuff for early next year, which I can't say just yet, but I know you already know about the headliner in Australia. But like, just so much more insanely awesome stuff is coming out.
And I'm so stoked for you guys. And, of course, the tour kicks off down here on Thursday, March 19 in Adelaide. But we'll see you at the Bright Side in Brisbane. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat today, man. I hope you and the rest of the band have a great tour and stay nice and cool. Get some beers.
But honestly, I appreciate you for having me, man. It's been a real honor and pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Have a good day, man.
Hey, you too, man. Take care.